Just do a start recording. Yep. So, good morning, everyone. And thank you for making the time to attend this meeting. This is generally an overview and mostly demonstrations of the implementations that we have done. To get started, I'll take a few minutes to talk about Ictect and the implementations of the intelligent content tools. So we cover a wide range of documents, and in this demo we'll cover some of the journals, DoD implementation. We'll look at DITA as well as eBooks, and answering the questions about how does intelligent content benefit somebody, how do we do it effectively, and then finally we'll spend a few minutes on Office 365 and intelligent content. So company, well, Ictect is more than name to us. It has been our passion and our commitment to what we call intelligent content architectures. That's where the name came from. And we started in 2008 with this patented software, which is, you're going to see that in Word and without Word. That's been our focus the last 7 years. Now, we've had customers from various segments, including the Department of Defense, to as much as an individual author. So you're going to see those demonstrations. Now, a couple of things about intelligent content itself. As we started in 2008, there's some about the same time some writings about intelligent content came about, and 2008 was this one from Anne Rockley, which defines intelligent content. And then came this article by Joe Gollner, which is further defining the evolution of intelligent content. 2010 started the conference on intelligent content. So that's actually happening even right now. Those of you that want to go to Las Vegas this year. And now, actually, very interestingly, just recently in 2015, we are seeing the types of comments. Marketers saying, well, ideas that excites me most is intelligent content. So you can imagine how important it is for these businesses, and us as the enabler of this technology, we certainly take pride in our work. Now, key questions that we are going to be asking and trying to answer in these demos is, how do you make your content intelligent? How do you do it cost effectively? And then we want to think about everyone in this supply chain. So what does it mean for an author? What does it mean for an editor? How does it benefit them? Now, as I indicated, there are these big standards that have been in place for several years, and they guide the implementations. And we've used, for example, for journals, there is the one called Journal Archiving and Transformation. TagSet, then there is the text encoding initiative. The DoD has its own standards, but they are not so public, I guess. Technical documentation world is governed primarily by the DITA standard that we support, and then the eBooks are done with the DocBook and the EPUB standards. And then we have some other segments which we are actually not going to do the demos, but have done some work that includes the QTI and the magazine articles with the Prism standard. So let me take you through the demo of the journals implementation, and then Mark will do a demo of the DoD implementation. Neha is going to do on the ebook, and Varun is going to do on DITA. Now, in each case, we have some key issues and sort of big pain points in these organizations, in these industries that we are addressing. So in the case of journals, there is a huge amount of outsourcing going on. And the cost of outsourcing to these organizations is pretty high. And the other questions that the organizations is asking these days is, how do I get my author to participate in the process? How do I get my authors provide metadata and align more closely with the taxonomy for the organizations? So how does intelligent content make it all possible? I'm going to do the demo, and then we'll come back to this and ask our questions. All right, so let me go ahead and switch to Microsoft Word. Let's see the Microsoft Word implementations in this case. Let's go ahead and open the document, which is right here. And one of the things that you'll notice, now Word is used by over 1 billion people, and in the intelligent content space, there is this notion that Microsoft Word, doesn't give you intelligent content. Now, what we are here to say is quite the opposite. You, in fact, get better quality content with the Microsoft Word and our patented approach with the modeling of the content that you're going to see. So, support that, we have added a tab called Intelligent Content in Word. Regardless of the segment that you're working in, this is our branding, this is our trademark. Now, when I click on that, you would see, depending upon the segment, depending upon the standard, items, different buttons, but the purpose is the same. That is to enable content to become more intelligent. And right now, so this document, I'll do a quick walkthrough, and let's go ahead and take a look at it. So this is a journal article has it is done in different style by different authors. So that's one of the issues in these, when you are dealing with hundreds of thousands of authors around the world, you get a lot of different type of material. Now, generally it has the front matter, which we saw in the beginning, then it has the body, the back matter, and then what they call the figures and the tables legend. I'm going to go ahead and go to the beginning of the document, and let's go ahead and place the cursor over here and then click on the front matter button. Now, when I click on that, software goes in action and tags document. So you can see it selects the first part of the document is the front matter, and now it shows the message tagging is complete. Now, what does it mean? We actually didn't see anything in here. And what does it mean for the authors or the editor who's reviewing it? Well, at this point, they can actually see the structure. So here, it's the metadata at this point. That's all that we've added. And I'd just like to do a quick walkthrough here. So we have the document title, and we have the contributors here. And then we have the affiliations. Then we have the abstract group. To the Anne Rockley definition or Joe Goller definition on the intelligent content, you would see this is one of the key requirement, no matter which direction you're going, is that your content be structurally rich and granular. So that's what our software does. Moving on to now the body of the document, let's go ahead and click on the body button, and you'll see that the beginning and the ending of the body is selected and tagged. So we're going to see shortly the metadata and the body. In this case, the body has 1, 2, 3 sections. So click on the sections and say, for example, this one, now we have actually a section, and then inside of that we have a subsection. You can see that too, which is a section head, the paragraphs. Same thing in the references or the back matter of this document, which is here, starting from the associated content, supporting information, and all that. I put my cursor over here, and before I do the tagging, I'd like to just show you references and how these are quite granular. One of the requirements for a number of reasons that people in the general segment know, all of these are to be tagged granularly so that they can be visited to Crossref, so that they can be checked for proper styling, so on and so forth. Just clicking on the back matter button would take the back matter of the document and apply our tagging to it. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. And then one of the other interesting thing here that we've done is with this Crossref. Now, this is an overview level demo, so I can't go a lot in the details. We'll have a separate segment on Crossref. But what this makes possible, the Crossref integration, is references can be more automatically checked to be consistent the style that's required for your journal. Here, of course, I'm just going to place my cursor over here and show you that, for example, this one is a journal reference which includes label, citation, the people, the year, the article title, the first page, and the last page. So now there's a lot more in this which I'm not going in the details of, but let's take a look at a couple of things. So let's see the document right now and look at these two buttons. So the link and the check. When we click on the link, it takes the information in the author and the affiliation. It takes citations, the figure notes, and the equations. It links them all. So, for example, as you can see, right after the linking, we are able to see what parts are linked and what they are. Now, coming to the question once again what's the benefit for authors and editors? Now, authors and editors can actually do a quick check on this document. So let's go ahead and hit the check button. And what this is going to do is to check the integrity of this document to make sure that everything uh, cited here. For example, if you say see figure 3, that figure 3 actually exists in the document. And that's on the structure here. Let's take a quick look at it. Maybe I press this 2 times. Okay, so here, for example, shows some issues in this document. So author affiliation check has issues, citation has issues, order of references has issues, and these are all things that authors will find useful in making the document, improving the quality of their document. So, for example, what does this mean? The author affiliation check. When I click on it, it takes me to this second part in this affiliation and says, well, you do not have any information. You can see that the first one is actually linked to this piece here. This is linked to the second piece here, but this item has no corresponding affiliation. So that's made possible by the granular tagging. As you can see, without that it would not have been possible, or it would have been very difficult. So coming now, the final piece here is XML. So those so-called XML workflows actually require the XML to be fitted to the composition system and take the output from this point and flow it through their process. That's very common in the journal publishing organizations. Things such as XML workflow and the XML first approach. So that's XML output from our plugin. Now, let's come back to our questions about what's in it for me. So let's take a look at this one. So how do you make the content intelligent? Well, you saw that through the modeling of the front matter and the body and the references. Do it cost effectively. I think if you're looking at a number of articles, let's say if your organization is publishing a couple thousand articles each year, you would find that this would be a cost-effective alternative compared to outsourcing. And how does it benefit authors, editors, and others? So you can see that it is not such a foreign concept. Authors can very easily use this to check their documents. Others can use this to correct references and to check references, and very easily make their edits in the Word manuscript rather than going to a specialist tool. So I'm going to transfer the control over to Mark Erdl, who is going to do a similar presentation, the work that we have done on DoD publications. And I'll just talk about the key issues there. So number one, many of the federal agencies and the Department of Defense have had their publishing systems for 15 years or longer. And in many cases, they are really, cobbled together the aging systems. And the systems may have, the companies may have gone out of business. It may be very difficult to maintain those systems. So we are bringing the possibility of modernizing systems and moving to the new Office 365 platform, or Office on the desktop, and eliminating of the legacy systems. The other thing that this does is organizations have certain compliance requirements, and the content has to be in accordance with that. So our system makes it possible. So with that background, Mark.
Okay, let me go ahead and present. And just let me know when you're ready.
Full screen here. Yeah.
Are we ready?
Yes, Mark.
Okay. Hi, my name is Mark, and I'll be demonstrating IC tools using a slightly modified version of Army Regulation 1-100. And I'd like to show you is, again, this is a IC tools is an add-on to the very popular Microsoft Word platform. And we have an intelligent content tab that's part of the ribbon of Microsoft Word. And on this tab, or on this ribbon, you will see 5 different groups. One is a pre-processing group that allows us to do pre-checks to identify certain items that need quick fixes before processing. We have a metadata group for document information, important information that needs to be passed on through the workflow. We have a tagging group, which will tag different parts of our publication. And there's a tools group, which allows us to see our structure for the user to input boilerplate text, obtain reports, and more. And then there is a publish group, which allows you to get a formatted document as well as PDF and XML formats. So I'm going to start with the document information. This document, actually, the pre-checks have been run, and there are no items with this particular document. So we'll start right with the document information. There we go. So certain items in the documents are required to be kept for metadata. And this step allows us to input any missing metadata items. And in this case, there's a PIN number, which is an identification number for the document that the editor gets, as well as a version number, and those items must be included. And as I look through the items, the issue date is not in a correct format. It's actually picking up the issue date right here. It's not in a correct format, and we'll go ahead and enter a date. And then I can apply these items, and these items will be automatically put into the document, and then we'll have all our appropriate metadata. Now, before we go any further, I'll just show you with these documents, the documents have a cover page. They'll also have a summary of change page. They'll also have a title page, and you'll notice that there is no title on this title page, but in the raw form of the draft, you will not see that. But in the formatted version, the program automatically puts in the required items up on the top. And then finally, you'll have the beginning of the body, and this document is 46 pages long, but the general setup is the same. You'll have a numbering system and headings and paragraphs, figures, etc. So So let me go back up to the top of this document. The first item that we'll work on in the tagging piece is the cover. Let me click on the cover button. Now every cover page has to meet certain requirements. And so in the compliance check here, what we find is there's one item that has not met the requirements. And so I can click on that, and then there'll be a little message down below here, and it's actually saying that we're missing the location. So the location, the editor would know to include that in the correct place in the document. And then they could, again, retag that item. They'll ask us about the retagging, yes. And then the compliance check shows that everything has been properly done. And then we'll continue to move on. I guess before we do that, I know that in the previous demonstration the structure was shown, and you can see with the tagging of the cover page that we've been able to tag different pieces of this item, publication title, the authority, organization, location, etc. So let me go ahead and move down to the summary of change, and let's go ahead and tag this item. Again, the compliance check on the left shows if there's any issues, and this summary of change complies with all the regulations that are needed. And then on the right-hand side, we can see in our structure tree the XML that has been generated for this page. We continue on down to the title page, and I'll click on the title page button. Now in this case, we're identifying a couple of items here, and actually these two items are related. It's looking at a paragraph order, and it's telling me that the proponent and exception item is in error. And because it's in error, it's considered a missing paragraph as well. And what the editor would know when they look at that, it's supposed to be just proponents and exception authority. And we have proponent and exception authority statement. I am going to eliminate the word statement, and also there is a correction in upper and lower case. There's only the first letter should be capitalized. With that correction made, I can retag the title page. And compliance check shows that we are in good shape. And then on the right side here, we can see that the different items for the title page are correctly tagged. The next piece is the publication. The publication, rather lengthy documents can be checked. This one is 46 pages. There's many other documents that are quite a bit longer. And this will take probably about 2 minutes to complete, which the editors at the Army have told us that's, I think they're fairly excited about that, because currently with the system that they will oftentimes have to walk away from their computer while this process is taking place, because the process takes so long. And just want to give you a little background. IC Tools completed a proof of concept with the Army in 2013 with the Army Publishing Directorate, which we refer to as APD. And then based on that work, the contract was awarded to deliver 6 templates this first year. Now, many of these documents, again, are complex and lengthy, and they come from the proponent in a condition that needs help. Now, what you may notice, that because I have the document structure tree open, that the structure is being built, and on the bottom it will tell you your conversion in process and where we're at. Right now we're about 25%. So these lengthy documents have a very detailed set of regulations and requirements that they must meet. And that document is another Army document called DAPAM 2540. And it gives all the details of how their documents must be prepared, from if something needs to be bolded, if there needs to be a certain order of numbering. So there's a number of things that these documents need to be able to comply with, and IC tools will, of course, tag the document, and then we're able to use that tagging to run all the compliance and make sure that this document is in the shape that it needs to be for publication. It looks like we're almost there. Again, you can see the structure being put together there on the right-hand side. All right, so again, our compliance check is returned. And just to show you some of the things that are checked for, untagged content, XML errors, discretionary formatting, and this might be where something has not been lettered, order of sections, figure and table titles, required titles. So all these items are checked, and in this particular document, it has come back as a clean document. But you can see on the side here all the very detailed tagging. And if we look at this paragraph, we can see right down to the ID separator, to the title, to the text, that items are clearly tagged in this document. The next thing that we will do is to run a full compliance check. I'm going to click on this. And the full compliance check will look for a few different issues. ID checks, if there were numbering that was out of order, like if it went from 1.3 to 1.5, it would be able to detect those things. Titles, etc. So a number of checks are performed, and again, this is a clean document. It came back clean for us. So upon the compliance checks, everything checking out, the editor would want to format their document. So we can click on this, and this is an Army regulation, so I click on this button. And then based upon the template that has been built and the formatting that is desired by the Army, a formatted document is completed.
So let me make myself the presenter then, and go back to the slides. Okay. Let's go ahead and switch over to this slide, which is so you saw the demo, and we'll coming back to the key questions. So how do you make the content intelligent? Of course, in the DoD, it's a lot more applicable because everybody is using Microsoft Word. There is the big enterprise licenses with the JELAs in place with Microsoft. The cost savings is of the order of 60% or higher compared to the legacy systems that you have in place, and all of the money going in the maintenance. And the benefit for authors, editors, in this case, proponents or the Office of Responsibility, well, they are very much used to the Microsoft Word platform. They have a lot of information that they have to deal with. If you look at the requirements for example, Section 508, or the official acronym database or all of the information management requirement, it's a huge challenge for federal managers. And this certainly simplifies a lot. Mark, would you like to add anything else?
No, I'm sorry that the formatting didn't work on there, but it does return a really nice formatted document, and there are just a lot of requirements to follow, and the Army is very excited about the approach and I believe the time savings so that they can keep the currency of their documents, which is a very important thing for them.
Okay, thank you. And let's move on to the next part, which is dealing with the technical documentation. And in this space, we know that the last 10 years or so, the IBM led effort on DITA, which is the Darwin Information Typing Architecture, has now become an OSS standard and is the most widely adopted standard. The issue is, well, in all of these, many of these scenarios, you have subject matter experts, that's your engineers and authors. They're providing content in Microsoft Word documents that needs to go to your DITA, the CCMS, the component content management system. And how do you do that? There's also the challenge between collaboration between the subject matter experts and the technical writers. Sometimes with the use of XML, what happens is that the redlining and the track changes that people are used to in Word is gone. So with our approach, you will see how both of these challenges are addressed. So Varun?
Yes, Pradeep.
Go ahead.
Okay, so let me share my screen. So hi everyone, good morning to all of you. This is Varun Singh, and I'm gonna demonstrate the work that we did in the technical documents segment. So can you see my screen?
Yes, Varun.
Okay. So this solution that we implemented related to technical documents is we did for NetApps. So NetApps, tried a lot of conversion tools prior to using our solution, and none of them worked 100%. Now with our approach, what we only need is, we need some styles to identify some key content. Now, in the technical, in these technical manuals, there are three top, level sections that generally are presented. First one is concept. Then the second one is task, and the third is reference. Now, what all we need is we need to identify the title of a concept, or whether it is a task, or whether it is a reference. So, for example, this is a concept, and you can see that we need a concept title style associated with this title of the concept. And same is applicable for tasks and references. So with this done, within a few clicks, we could convert this content into the DITA standard XML. So here you can see once again we have this user interface that is developed for the NetApps, and we have tasks, references, concepts, and some other options to support the processing of these documents. Now I'm going to tag this document. Once the tagging is complete, you can see that it says that the tagging has been completed and all of the content has been tagged. And just to show you that how the XML looks in these technical documents is, for example, you have this thing called concept, which has been captured in concept and related element sets. Similarly, if we go down, we have tasks which have some set of steps and which are captured in under the task and its related element sets. So once the tagging has been completed, we can export the XML. So I'm going to create an XML button, and this will convert the content present in this Word format of this manual to the DITA compliant XML format. So here all the concepts, tasks, and references which are present in this document has been exported in the form of DITA compliant XML. So for each concept, for each of these sections, a dedicated XML has been generated. So for example, this concept called replication between different clusters, a separate XML file has been created, which is again compliant to the DITA standards. So here we have concept, this thing, and the concept title, and the concept body, and some other other inside items. So this is what our approach of converting the content from technical manuals to DITA.
Okay, thank you, Varun. And let me go back to the presentation, and we'll look at our key questions. So in this case, we are looking at the DITA slide, and the questions that we ask is, well, how do you make your content intelligent? In fact, in some segments, intelligent content almost equates to DITA. Doing it cost effectively, migrating documents cost effectively, and giving authors and editors the ability to collaborate on this common tool, Microsoft Word, is significantly beneficial for everyone. We'll move on to the next presentation, which is by Neha on the use of intelligent content for book publishers and self-publishing authors. So one of the interesting questions, development that's happening is that, well, of course, eBooks have become very common now, and the self-publishing segment has been on the rise. So you have the authors around the world writing their manuscripts in Word, and of course you want to publish on the Apple and the Amazon stores as well as a print copy. So how do you do it from a single source, and how do you do it without, in a self publishing mode without seeking technical assistance? So that's the presentation that Neha is going to do. Go ahead, Neha.
Good morning, everyone. Hello, this is Neha. Let me know when everybody can see my screen.
Yep.
All right. So as Pradeep already briefed about this ebook product that Ictect has developed, so like we know that ebooks are everywhere, and yes, self-publishing domain is rising, and in most cases, authors are using Word application. So here we are providing the flexibility in the Word document itself, so that in few clicks they can create their EPUB and publish it into the various channels, digital channels or in printed mode. So here I have some samples. This is a sample which will publish the ebook to digital channel, and this is the sample for the same book, but here we can see the printed version example. So let me take you through the first one. Okay. So as we all are familiar with the tagging process, so now I'm not going to take you through that, but will show you the structure in this document so that we are familiar how we are structuring the document. So here we can see the author information, the title, the subtitle, the publisher information, the preface of the book, and the body. Body consists of the different chapters, chapter 1, 2, and so on. After the body, we have the bibliography section where we can see the author information along with the reference. We can also see the information of all the chapter with the help of the table of content feature, where we can see all the tagged chapters are listed. We can click on them and navigate to that particular chapter, like this. All right, and now we are good to publish this ebook into various channels. So first, I'm publishing it through the movie. Okay, so here we can see the movie has been created. Let's have a look. Okay, so here we can see the the movie version in different subversions, how the book look like. So this is one example. Now I'm going to publish the same book EPUB. Same process. So we can see in few seconds we are able to generate it into movie or EPUB. So where is the book? This is how the content look like. Alright. Now I'm going to take you quickly to the printed version of the same book. Alright. content has already been tagged. So you can see the structure from this structure tree. Now, once the content has been tagged, we are good to format it to get the printed version. So here we can see the printed version. That's it about the ebook.
Okay, Neha, thank you. And let me switch back to the presentation. We are about to now come to an end where we'll show the Office 365. And well, let's talk about the key questions for the ebook book publishing, self-publishing, authoring segment. So how do you make your content intelligent? Same idea. Each book may have its own model, but there are a lot of common themes. I don't think I've shared my screen. Okay. So how do you do it cost effectively? Once again, we are able to do this for as much as an individual author or for publishers with a small number of books. And the benefit to the authors, as you saw from Neha's presentation, it can be very easy to use, and with the click of a button, you can get your ebook and the Mobi versions. Now, the final slide here is about what does the new train coming to town, that's Office 365 and intelligent content, what does the combination of the two mean? And we are actually very excited about it because it opens a number of possibilities. With the content being properly tagged, you can have now much more of a managed collaboration. You could have people working on different well-defined aspects of documents at the same time, and that's possible through the Office 365 collaboration services. It also makes possible the parallel workflow, which is something I'm going to show you and is a key requirement in many of these complex documents project. So for example, we are all used to the document progressing sequentially. This person works on the document, then somebody else reviews it, then somebody else works on it. No more the case with Office 365. It's now possible for the document to be assigned to multiple people. Let's say the authoring of sections and the review of sections and other activities can all take place at the same time. So let me make another computer here, the presenter. Let's go ahead and present it. Yeah. So here I'm on the Office 365 platform, and you can see that I have a Word document which is actually a tag document. I'm calling it the demo doc, and I go ahead and open it in Microsoft Word. It's already open here, and you can see now this document, actually the tags can be seen in context in the document itself. So for example, you have the title, you have the paragraph, and say for example here, coming to the figure, now multiple people can work on this document at the same time. So for example here it's showing that Lisa and myself are working on this document. So this is all a result of our granular tagging, and the possibilities for enterprises can be quite significant. It could change the way documents are prepared quite significantly. That's bringing us to an end of this presentation. Let me go ahead and share the final thoughts, and perhaps Mark and Varun and Neha would also like to share. So Mark, would you like to summarize the final slide? Sorry. So as the final thoughts on this, the concluding remarks, well, you've seen that we've taken a wide variety of documents, and we have made their content intelligent content with the granular tagging, and that's for the journals, for the Department of Defense publications, for technical manuals, and for ebooks. This is a cost-effective alternative to many traditional approaches, beneficial to authors, editors, and others. And finally, it's forward-looking with the Office 365 and intelligent content possibilities, which are now starting to take shape. Thank you for your time. Goodbye.